Hello YouTube, it's the TrueMore64 back with another video. Today I'm going to go over the 2004 story of Bionicle. Now I'm going to put up two disclaimers here. The first one is that someone has done these types of videos, mainly Lord and Bionicle, and I'm going to give him credit for that, where credit is due. I've actually watched them and watched them again in preparing these videos, so I don't copy his versions word for word. I also found that in some places of his videos I can't understand understand what he was saying, so I'm putting my versions up so it's more better to understand. Now, the second disclaimer is that I won't be showing any images and or animations anywhere in this video because of copyright. And now I know about Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976 that states that images and videos can be used for fair use for purposes of criticism. And it's because I'm honestly don't know how to do that. I'm pretty much a lazy editor. Now, with all that said, let's get right to the story, shall we? The story starts off in a flashback 1,000 years ago on a new island called Metru Nui, the city of legends, with advanced technology instead of a tropical island like Matanui. Now, I'm going to tell the story based on the 6 books. The first book, Mystery of Metru Nui, is when a plant called the Morbuzaka planted itself into Metru Nui and is taking Matoran from all around Metru Nui. Tali Khan, the last Toa of Metru Nui, has made 6 Toa stones and gave them to 6 Matoran. Then he gets captured by the Dark Hunters, only 2, Nadiki and Krika. The 6 Matoran that were given the Toa stones became the main Toa of this year and next year. Who might be these Toa? Well, none other than the 6 Turaga from Matanui: Vakama, Nokama, Matau, Nuju, Wanua, and Aniwa. And Nuju doesn't talk in clicks and whistles. So anyway, the Toa Metru need to find the Great Discs to stop, to defeat the Morbuzaka. The only problem is no one knows where they are except 6 Matoran. Nuri, Vaisola, Orcam, I'm probably pronouncing these wrong, Akmu, Tehudi, and Airyi. And one of them is a traitor. My money's on Akmu. And it's totally Akmu, by the way. These Matoran went missing, but there were clues of where they went, so the Toa Metru try to find them, and they do. Now, the next book, Trial by Fire, and I knocked something over. The Toa Metru and the Matoran go in pairs and find the Great Discs. Now, let me talk about how the discs work in the code system. The first digit on a disc is where it was made. The second digit. That's my place. Oh wait. The second digit was the disc's power. Well, is the disc's power. And the third digit is what is its power level. The great discs were a power level of 9. Anyway, back to the story. The Toa Metru find the great discs and head to the Great Furnace in Toa Metru, where they figure that the king root must be there because it likes heat. They first find a bunch of roots, and they are all attacking them, but the Matoran handle them and let the Toa find the king root. The Matoran combine into a Matoran Nui. Anyway, the Toa try to fight the Morbizak for a little bit, but then they figure out to use the power of the Great Discs. And they basically produce a big energy burst and basically rip the king root out of the ground, destroying it. Now, the third book, The Darkness Below, the Toa get a tip from New Paru that there is a leak underneath the archives. When they are down there, they fight some new Rakshi that we never seen before. They also find a shape-shifting Rahi. That shape shifts into each of the Toa and attacks a different Toa. This Rahi even learns how to talk from them. This Rahi's name is Krika. Not sure if I'm... Kraka. Yeah, Kraka. That's how you pronounce it. The Toa find out about this Rahi, and they then confront it in a big battle where she turns into a creature that is a combination of all the Toa. They defeat it, but she escapes. They became exhausted after that battle. Now, the fourth book, Legends of Metru Nui, is when the Toa head to the Colosseum and present Turaga Duma the Great Discs and become the new Toa of Metru Nui. But they are named as imposters and the cause of Toa Likan's demise. Nuju, Wenua, and Aniwa get captured, but the other three escape. So Vakama, Nakama, and Matau go on a great journey to save their brothers and find Likan. They do gain their mask powers along the way. Nakama can translate, Matau gets shape-shifting when it's really illusions. Aniwa gets mind control, Nuju gets telekinesis, and Wenua gets night vision. So the Toa meet up and they find Toa Likan, or should I say Turaga Likan. Likan became a Turaga because he fulfilled his destiny and he gave up his powers. They also find out that the in control now is an imposter, and they find the true Taragaduma. The Toa head to the Coliseum and stop Taragaduma, but find out that it's Makuta. And the Great Cataclysm happens where the Great Spirit Matanui goes into a deep sleep. The Toa grab 6 Matoran canisters out of thousands, but they plan to go back for them at another time. More like next year. Sorry, lost my place. They then take their vehicle and head into the water and try to escape Metru Nui. But Makuta tries to stop them. Vakama goes to, well, up on this like big kind of cliff thing there to face Makuta, and he shows Makuta the completed Mask of Time, which he was working on when he was a Matoran. And that's basically how the Mask of Time was that's how Tahu got the Mask of Time when from... you get it. That was unscripted, by the way. He made that by combining the 6 great discs together to make the most powerful disc of all. Makuta says to him, "Come, join my brothers and me." Which tells us that there is more of them, of him, but no one pays attention to that. Vakama puts on the Vahi. Makuta tries to grab it with his chest hand thingy. Lost my place. But then Taraga Lekon comes out of nowhere and gets in the way, and Makuta grabs the great swords. Well, his great swords that were turned into a shield. Lekon dies and gives Vakama his mask. Which, honestly, don't really know how he could have died. I mean, he just grabbed the shield, so, yeah. Anyway, Vakama gains his mask power of concealment. Makuta gets the Vahi, but Vakama uses his disc launcher and knocks the mask out of his hands and sending it into the water. Lost my place again. Alright. He then tricks Makuta by knocking on the rocks until he grabs a giant rock and gets slammed into a wall. Then the other 5 Toa come in, and all 6 of them use their powers to seal Makuta in solid protodermis. The Toa leave with the canisters, not all of them, just the 6 that they grabbed, out of the Great Barrier, trying to find a new place to live, which brings us to our next book, Voyage of Fear. The Toa are inside the tunnels trying to get out, but the Vaki and Rahi are chasing after them constantly. Then they meet an Onumatoran named Mavra, who turns out to be crazy and thinks that the Toa are there to bring him back to Metru Nui, but he doesn't know about the fall of Metru Nui. And he doesn't believe them when he tells them that. The Toa escape and Mavra gets killed by his own Rahi that he trained. They make it out of the tunnel and find a new island, which that brings us to our last book of this year, Maze of Shadows. This book is when the Toa explore this new island, which is Matanui, and make plans on what they want to make for their villages. They also make Toa stones, the same ones used by Takua when summoning the Toa Mata. The Toa then come across the Rahi Nui. They fight it, and Nokama ends up getting injured. They then go into a cave and find the Karzani plant, and they find out that Makuta made this, and the Morbuzaka. Karzani was the first attempt at his plan, but then something went wrong and he made the Morbuzaka and used that. The Karzani gives them a task about getting a sample of energized protodermis that is in one of Makuta's lairs. They head to the lair and find that the substance was alive. They then fight it and defeat it and take a sample. They head back to the Karzani and he heals Nokama and they give him the sample and he pours it on himself. But his destiny was not to be transformed, so he died. The Toa end up at a large body of water, so they build a boat out of the Karzani plant, and Vikama names it the Likon 2, and they sail to Metru Nui. And that is where we end this story. So that's the year of 2004, and this was a pretty good year if I say so myself. Next time we will be seeing Metru Nui in ruins, and the Visorak take over in the 2005 story. Now that's basically it, so please leave a like, comment your thoughts on this year, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.